On this spot, on August 30th, 1996, the notorious Captain Hailstorm, a rogue meteorologist whose pirate televised broadcast tormented the city of Vancouver for several weeks, was publicly executed by 7 police officers. Captain Hailstorm, real name Richard Ricky Fitz, ontological terrorist, best known for digitally hijacking a local weather channel, forcing the audience to receive his manic manifesto. He was dangerous. A menace, that he represented an erosion of society. So they shot him dead in the street. With no witnesses to the actual event, we may never know what truly transpired the day Captain Hailstorm was blasted into oblivion by a squad of heavily armed police officers. Blasted into oblivion? Not really sure about that. He was a hero, that he was trying to save lives and protect the sanity of the citizenry. But in all official records, he is remembered as a toxic agent of chaos whose very existence threatened the patterns of normality required by civilization to function. So, I'm talking to people about the Weather Channel interrupts. Is that something that you've ever heard about?
Yeah, I heard about that stuff. I heard it was real, but it could be a psyop or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But I like the idea of a giant floating object.
Have you ever seen anything paranormal on the streets of Vancouver?
Well, depends on what you mean, but...
File 125E. Subject: Captain Hailstorm's execution. Date: August 30th, 1996. Part 1. Introduction. Here we go again.
On August 30th, 1996, Richard Ricky Fitz, better known locally as Captain Hailstorm, was pursued, cornered, and euthanized with high-caliber projectiles by the Vancouver's Police Department's highly esteemed Paranormal Threat Assessment Squad, Unit 313. Captain Hailstorm had become locally infamous due to a series of pirate broadcasts, originally known as the Weather Channel Interrupts, and later referred to locally as the Hailstorm Broadcasts. During these interrupts, he was able to digitally hijack a local weather channel, replacing forecasts and severe weather warnings with his own unpleasantly surreal ramblings.
Part 2. The Weather Channel interrupts.
The Hailstorm broadcasts were captured at the time they originally aired. These recordings are made available here as part of the public record.
August 29, 1996, a large eyeball will appear over East Vancouver, moving northwest over downtown and eventually out to sea. The eyeball will be approximately 30 meters in diameter. The The eyeball will be floating at varying altitudes of 5,000 to 1,500 meters above the city, and moving at approximately 1.5 kilometers an hour. You should not look at the eye. It is extremely hazardous to your personal safety to look at the eye. Please do not look at the eye. Do not be scared. Stay calm. Just don't look at it. Because if you see it, it will see you. And you do not want that. I know all of this because of a dream. They will triangulate on my position soon. I should tell you about my dream. A few weeks ago I bought a moth off a strange old person down at the corner of Main and Terminal.
Oh, I ate the moth. I don't know why.
But that night I had the most magical dream. Like a vision. As I closed my eyes I was engulfed by sparkling geometry like I'd never imagined before. Shapes and sounds unlike anything I've ever experienced. Some of them were so beautiful they made me want to cry. Beautiful. But I was shown other things that night. As I slept. I have seen the enormous eyeball that will appear over the city. Coming down from the stars. Like a bird returning to its nest. You cannot see it. You cannot let it see you. If you see it, it will see you. Inside you. It will reach inside.
I warned you. But you still looked. They called me mad. Well, look who's crazy now. They are changed now. They cannot unsee. Cannot be unseen. Now they know. The paint has peeled back off the walls of reality. Revealing an endless expanse that hungers for human experience. This is a metaphor, but it's also happening. You won't understand yet, but someday. I have to go. I can hear the police.
Part 3. Conclusions and other lasting impacts.
Richard Fitz was shot dead by authorities at 11:11 p.m. on August 30th, 1996, in the middle of a public street. While his warnings largely went unheeded, many local mental health historians have noted that beginning on the evening of August 28th, there was a brief but notable increase in levels of psychological instability throughout the neighborhoods of East Vancouver, neighborhoods of Strathcona, Chinatown, downtown, and several other connected regions. Jim Johnston, a celebrated local historian and internationally renowned paint huffer, stated in his book, The Secret History of Vancouver, that nobody should know. In fact, maybe I shouldn't even publish this book, and you certainly shouldn't read it.
Okay, so it is true that, appearing to start on August 28, 1996, a mini epidemic of cognitive irregularities swept through the very same areas Captain Hailstorm had warned us about. Dozens, and then hundreds of victims, manifesting everything from visible increases in paranoia and anxiety to full-blown
Class 9 cerebral mutations.
Officially, the local medical community explained this all as the result of a series of gas leaks, a few tainted batches of illegal narcotics, and confusion over sightings of a weather balloon. So, I guess that explains it, right? But dear God, if that man was right, if there really was a giant eyeball that floated over the city with the power to permanently alter human minds, the implications are staggering and unsettling.
Part 5. Personal notes.
I met the man once, years before all this. He was working as a weather reader for a small independent radio station, and I was researching some horrible boogeyman who'd been tormenting a few alleys downtown. We shared a table in a cheap pizzeria one night, and had an interesting conversation about what was going on in our city. The rain of colored cubes, the flesh pyramid in the sky, the masked secret police, and the teams of scientists performing experiments with methods that could be considered quasi-ethical at best. He saw all this coming, this world we're living in. Charming man, really. Wish I could have helped him.